Good morning, Kansas City, and welcome to KCPS Homeroom Kids for Pre-K. I'm Miss Barnes, and today is the last day that we will read stories about important African Americans and talk about the numbers from 1 to 20. I hope you're ready to get started with Miss Bird. Today, we will learn that our voice can help make a difference in the whole world. Then with Mrs. Overish, we'll talk about all of the numbers from 1 to 20. Those are all the numbers we've talked about this week. I hope you're excited for our final story for this week when we learn how you get to make a difference in our world. Stand up, scholars, and let's get ready to learn.
Hello friends, and welcome to class today. I hope you are ready for lots of learning and fun. But before we get started, we have to wake up our brains and get them ready for today. So we are going to sing one of my favorite songs. If you're happy and you know it. If you're happy and you know it, wave your hands for me. Because I know I am so excited to have each one of you in class with me today. So let's get started. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your hips. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your hips. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, wiggle your hips. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. All right, friends, awesome job. Let's take a deep breath in, clear our minds, and get ready for learning. Breathe out. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Awesome, friends. We are ready for our reading circle. Come on over and join me. Hello, and welcome back to our reading circle today. I hope you are ready. We have an awesome book to read today. We're going to learn about how our voice is important and how our voice can make a difference. So, come on and join me. My voice is a trumpet. We're going to find out how they use their voice and how you can use your voice to make a difference. Some have a voice as tall as a tree, loud and proud, and sways in the breeze. Some have a voice as small as a bee, soft and sweet like kisses of honey. So you can have a loud voice or a soft voice, but it can still make a difference. Some have a voice that's patient and wise, with lessons of life told through sparkling eyes. Some have a voice sunny and bright, a voice that can echo and light up the night. There's a voice that is silent, but still can be heard, with hands that move to speak every word. Then there's the voice that roars like a lion, A big voice that tells you, always keep trying. We all have voices, voices to hear. My voice is a trumpet, strong and clear. My voice will be loud when I'm not sure I know, to wonder, to learn, and to ask as I go. I will learn to speak up, to show I am strong, to stand for what's right, and to know what feels wrong. My voice is a rainbow after the storm, loving and comforting, safe and warm. I'll use my voice to find joy in others, reminding us all we're sisters and brothers. I'll say no to hate by using this voice and always choose love, a magical choice. Voices are powerful, and together they're strong, like the musical notes of a beautiful song. How will you use your voice? And that's a question I want to talk to you all about. How will you use your voice? How can you use your voice, even at home or when you're out playing with your friends? How will you use your voice? Because your voice can make a difference. As you can see in our book, they're saying no to bullies. They're standing up when they see things that are wrong. They're helping out their friends. They're using their voice to help out others. When they see things are wrong, they're using their voice to speak out. This girl is sitting by herself, and so she's using her voice, letting her know she doesn't like that. And so she's going to sit with her at lunch. There's many different ways that we can use our voice to make a difference in the world. So when we see things that we don't like, that we see are wrong, we can use our voice. We can speak up and say, that's not right. What can I do to make a difference? So I want you to find your adult and tell them how you can use your voice. Or when you're out and you see something wrong, tell that adult, hey, I see this and I don't like it. We can use our voice and we can make a difference. I hope you enjoyed our book today and you find a way to use your voice to make a difference. Thank you for joining me today. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Kindergarten is great at Kansas City Public Schools.
I know they have really good teachers. I know this is a great school.
They teach them stuff that I thought my kids would never be able to know at the age of 5.
Since deciding to send our kiddos to a neighborhood school, we've become even more of a part of our community.
Now is the time to enroll your future kindergartner for the new school year. Visit enrollkc.org today.
My name is Mrs. Overish, and thank you so much for coming and learning with me today. Today, we're going to practice ordering our numbers 1 through 20. Can you count to 20 with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. Today, when we order our numbers from 1 to 20, we're going to put them in order by their value. So from small to big or least to greatest. Let's get started. We're going to practice ordering our numbers 1 through 20 today. You see, all of our numbers are out of order. Let's see if we can count to 20 using just our heads, remembering the numbers that come first and come next. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. We're going to put our numbers in order today, and I want you to be looking to see which number comes first. So if I want to put the number with the smallest value or our number that comes first, what number am I going to be looking for? What number comes first when we're counting to 20? What number do we say? That's right, we say the number 1 first. Can you find the number 1? Which one says 1? This one says 1. I'm going to put it first. It's our one that's the smallest, and it represents the least. When we're counting to 20, we say 1. What comes next? 2. Can you find the number 2? Nice job. Here's our number 2. When counting to 20, we start at 1. We say 1, 2. What comes next? 3. Can you find the number 3? There's our number 3. Good work. Let's find our next number. What number is 1 more than 3? What number do we say next when counting? Good work. We say the number 4. And here's our number 4. Now we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. What number comes next? We have the number 5. Can you find the number 5? Nice job. Here's our number 5. Now we have the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number is 1 more than 5 and comes after 5 when counting? The number 6. Can you find the number 6? Good job. Here's our number 6. What number comes next after 6? The number 7. 7 is 1 more than 6. What number says 7? Good work. Here's our number 7. Moving right along here. What number is 1 more than 7? The number 8. Can you find the number 8? Good work. Here's our number 8. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What comes next? We have the number 9 next. And What number comes after 9 when counting? The number 10. Can you find the number 10? It's our first 2-digit number. That's right, here's our number 10, our 1 and our 0. We're halfway to 20. Let's finish it out. What comes after 10? The number 11 is one more than 10. Can you find the number 11? Which number looks like the number 11? Here's our number 11. What number is one more than 11? Comes after 11 when we're counting? The number 12. Can you find the number 12? Is this the number 12? Is this the number 12? Or is this the number 12? Good work. Here's our number 12. What number is one more than 12? 11, 12, 13. Can you find the number 13? Good. Here's our number 13. And when we're counting, what number comes after 13? The number that has one more than 13 is 14. Can you find the number 14? Here's our number 14. After 14 comes 15. Can you find 15? Here's our number 15. After 15, we have the next number. One more than 15 is 16. And here's our number 16. Just a couple numbers left. What number comes after 16 when we're counting? That's right, the number 17. After 17 comes 18. Which one says 18? Here's our number 18. Then we have 19. We have two numbers left. Which one says 19? Which number is one more than 18? Comes next when we're counting. Here's our 19. That means our last one is 20. Nice job helping me put the numbers in order from 1 to 20. We can also represent our numbers with different objects like these little bears. When we're counting, we just always are adding one more. So if we start by representing our number 1, I'm just going to show our number 1 with one bear. But now I want to show my number 2. So I add one bear to represent 2 bears. One more than 1 is 2. If I add one more bear, now I have 1, 2, 3, which is the number that comes next. If I add one more bear to 3, I'm now going to have 4 bears. One more bear to 4 is 5 bears. After 5 comes 6. I add one more bear to get 6 bears. After 6 comes 7. I add one bear to show 7. One more is 8. Now I have 8 bears. If I add one more bear, now there's 9. And one more from 9 is 10. I now have 10 bears to represent my first 10 numbers. If I add one more bear, I'll now have 11 bears. After 11 comes the number 12. How many bears do I need to add? 1 bear to add to the number. If I add one more bear, I'll now have 13 bears. One more after 13 is our number 14. Now there's 14 bears. If I add one more, I'm at 15. After 15 comes 16, so one more bear makes 16. then 17, 18. What number comes next? 19 and 20. Now we have 20 bears to represent our biggest number, 20. Nice job helping me order our numbers today, 1 through 20. Thank you so much for coming and learning with me today about ordering our numbers 1 through 20. When we practiced ordering our numbers today, we put them in order of their value. So from small to big, or least to greatest. Let's count to 20 one more time before we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice job. My name is Mrs. Overish, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Miss Bird and Mrs. Overish, for a great week of lessons on African Americans and their contributions to society and the numbers 1 through 20. Parents, your students have learned so many skills this week and so many facts about the lives of scientists and inventors. I encourage you to encourage your scholars to be scientists and inventors every day of the week. One of the most powerful things you can do with your students is let them create at home. We also practiced the skills of numbers from 1 to 20. We ordered them, we talked about their values, we also talked about least and greatest. To practice these skills at home with your students, have them write down the numbers that they know and represent those numbers with dots or pictures. Then, cut the pieces of paper up and have students mix and match the numbers and their representations. I hope you've enjoyed our week of lessons. We'll see you next week for another great set of learning.
Hello, my name is Courtney Hawkins. I'm a parent of 4 children that are going here, well, 3 that are going here currently, and then 1 that is now in middle school. But we've been with Holiday Montessori since my oldest was in preschool. And probably one of my favorite things about this school is just the family environment. I love coming into school and hearing, hi, Miss Hawkins, and then just the care of the teachers let you know that your children are well taken care of. And we've had some teachers, all of them have been really good teachers, and we've had some that have been really good at challenging and inspiring our kids. I had a teacher that noticed my daughter's advancements in reading, and she kind of pulled her aside and gave her additional work that kept her moving forward and kept her challenged.
Hello, my name is Sahara Hawkins and I am in the 8th grade. I am Harold Holiday alumni. I've gone here from the P4, which is a bit before kindergarten, all the way up to my 6th grade year. When I left Holiday Montessori, I felt really prepared to go to middle school because here at Holiday, I think their academics are very rigorous, and they prepare you for middle school because they give you due dates, they start giving you due dates and things like that, assignments that are due weekly, which prepares you for middle school, because there are assignments that are due weekly or daily. And then I just felt very prepared in general, because they start doing less material, and they start really just working on your communication within the middle school, and how that transition is going to look like, and what that transition is going to look like. So I just felt really prepared, and like I was going to have a good transition in middle school.
We also have a teacher that my oldest son has right now that noticed some of his interests and encouraged him in that to do some research, thus combining the passion and the learning together. So we really are appreciating the teachers that our kids have had.
Hello, my name is Joshua and my grade is 5th.
My name is Micah and my grade is 1st. I like my teachers because they're nice.
I would say you should definitely join the Harold Holiday Montessori family, because first, it's very opening and it's a welcoming environment. You have great teachers from all different backgrounds, and they come in and they come to teach your child, but also just to help your child through life. They not only teach you like your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s, but they teach you motor skills and life skills that from a very young age that you may not think that an elementary school would teach you. And overall, it's a very diverse school in general, and it's in a good neighborhood.
Overall, I would encourage anyone that's considering coming to Holiday to come and just join this family environment of hands-on learning. They've got great before and after school program. The Link program is awesome. A big part of what contributes to that family environment. And we have a forward thinking and moving principal that it's done a lot with the school, changes in the school that improve the morale of the students and the staff here. So it's just a great environment to be in, and I encourage you to come and join the family.
Thank you for visiting Holiday Montessori School. If you'd like more information about our fine Montessori program, please call 816-418-1950 and we'll schedule a one-on-one tour with you. We look forward to sharing with you more about the great things that are happening here at Harold Holiday Montessori School.
Hello, Kansas City. Welcome to another fantastic day out there. Thanks for joining us on another episode of what we're calling Life After, a show dedicated to exploring the possibilities that emerge after you graduate or don't graduate high school, and the paths that emerge, that you may have decided or have kind of called to you throughout your life. So we are joined today by another wonderful person who's had major experience here in Kansas City Public Schools, someone I worked with and got to know at that fantastic building that we keep tributing in this show, Paseo Academy. So welcome, Pamela Lucas.
Well, hello, Chris. Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate talking with you and just sharing some experiences.
Fantastic. Thanks for being here. So when we found out that this show isn't just going to be about students who might have attended our own schools, life after KCPS, then we expanded to lots of different groups of people. But I found out that Pamela Lucas here also attended one of our KCPS schools. And in working together, we can explore lots of the cool things that she's done with her career. We'll make sure we get a chance to talk about. She's also doing life after teaching, which is a nice spin on our life after concept in this show. So make sure you're listening when she tells us about all the cool stuff she's doing now that she is out of the classroom. Okay, so bring us up to speed. Tell us what year you graduated, what school it was, and what you remember about those days.
Let me look back on some pages here. All right, so I graduated in 1978 from Southeast High School. 1978, Southeast High School. Oh my goodness. So at that, Southeast Nights, that's me.
Very nice. Shout out to Southeast Nights. And we are doing these shows from Southeast with their host. Her name's Katie Zeke, and we've kind of expanded. So Southeast is getting a lot of coverage. But please, we don't know probably the history of 1978 right off just our memory. What was it like at Southeast in 1978?
It was good. From what I remember, I was a quiet kid in school, so I wasn't a rebel rouser. I don't remember a lot of bad things at all. My sister went there too, my brother too, and it was wonderful. The teachers were good. That's when I first started sewing. We had the cooking class, and then we had the sewing class. So and our sewing class, we had to go to the cafeteria and lay our fabric out on the tables at that particular time, and then we went to the classroom. It was good. The football games were good. It was wonderful. Absolutely.
Fantastic. And very historic building, lots of just meaning and looking at that building and kind of the Southeast neighborhood in our school district. Yes. Very cool. So
at that time, our principal name was Mr. Herring, I believe. Wow, we're going way back.
It's good to be able to pull those things back out of our memory.
Yes.
All right. So rewind it one more time, and you remember graduating there. And then do you remember kind of the next move that you decided to make and how you decided to make that move? Because if you're listening today, young people, I think that's what we're centering on. We get done with our experiences in high school. We've had lots of people telling us what we should do or thinking about it along with us, or maybe not. But we have to make this kind of move right after high school. Will you tell us kind of what that was like for you?
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so our graduation took place outside on the field house. And so it was outside. It was absolutely wonderful. At that time, I think in my senior year, I was working at a place called JCPenney. JCPenney, I was cutting fabric on War Parkway. So War Parkway Mall. So after that, I'm deciding where I'm going to go. So I went to community college, Penn Valley Community College, majoring in fashion design. So let's see, after I graduated, it was 1 year because I had to work to make my money so I can move out my mom's house and get my own place and go to school and work. So after I graduated 78, then I worked a year, and then I moved out and I went to Penn Valley Community College, absolutely, for fashion design. So those are the things that I was thinking about. Those are the things that was on my mind at that time. Wow. I'm talking 40 years ago, my God. Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
It's meaningful. So you remember it. That's what's so interesting. And that how cool that the practice you had in the cafeteria translated it in the work you did at the mall with cutting fabric. Were you conscious of those moves, or were they just kind of falling into place? Or were you trying to get more practice in that area?
Well, I love to sew. So I was designing and creating and sewing. So at JCPenney's fabric, that was right up my alley. At that time, it's not happening now, but at that time at the mall, JCPenney, they used to have a fabric store, a fabric area downstairs where they had the housewares. And that's where I worked. I was running that department. I had such a wonderful time there. So, and then got my car, had to get my own transportation. So I bought a car, and then I went to Penn Valley.
Gotcha.
Absolutely, for fashion design.
Gotcha. So then you continue to go to Penn Valley, and where did that take you as far as educationally?
Okay, so I got the associate degree at Penn Valley. So in between that time, I had my daughter. So it took me 3.5 years to the 2-year college. Why? Because I was working, I was on my own, I had my own place, and then I had my daughter. And then after that, I went to, decided to go back to New York because I was born in New York City. Then I wanted to go higher up. So what I did was, back at that time, you know, we were writing letters. We weren't doing like emails and Facebook stuff. So I would write a letter, hello, to whoever it was, Vogue magazine. My name is Pamela Lucas. I want to be a fashion designer, blah, 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 blah. So one of them called me back and said, well, you know, I just thought it'd be easier for me to call you instead of writing you. You need to be in New York, you need to be in California, you know, for what I wanted to do at that time. Just so happened, my dad still lived in New York City. So I went back to New York City to go to the Fashion Institute of Technology for fashion design and apparel production management. And yes, ladies, I took my 2-year-old daughter with me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did that. So people say, well, when you were in New York, did you have fun? No. I mean, I had fun because I love doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I would get up in the morning, I would take my daughter to the babysitter, I'd get back on the bus, go across town, get the train, go downtown, go to FIT. And the teacher there loved me so much that she told me about her friend, Helen Fabricant, who needed someone to help out in their design studio. Then I would go there and work. And then I'd go back uptown, go across town, pick up my daughter and go back home.
Wow.
Those days. On the other days, there was a mentor. When I first moved to New York, a lady had an ad in the paper to come help her sew. So I answered the ad. I'm not going to cry, but she turned out to be like a second mom. Her name was Rosa Glenn, and she had ties with Bill Cosby and all the other people, and she was doing wonderful things. And so I would go to her studio and work on the days that I was not at FIT. But the same scenario, after I got done working with Rosa, I'd have to hightail it uptown to Harlem, pick up my daughter, and go home. By the time I got home, I was tired. People said, oh, you didn't go partying? No, I was working. I was getting my degrees. And then I had my business too. I was sewing for people. It was a wonderful time for me in New York. It was hard, but I was focused. And then what brought me back to Kansas City was my daughter wanted to be around all her girl cousins. So here's a life lesson, people. First I said, okay, she can go back to Kansas City. I'll stay in New York and become this big famous fashion designer. So I let my mom take her. 1 week. That's all it lasted. I said, what am I doing? I left New York and I came back to Kansas City because I was mother, father, sister, brother to my daughter. And so I'm the mom. So I came back, and lo and behold, as it would turn out, but what happened? I ended up being a fashion designer at Lee Jeans.
Yeah.
Look at that. You can be a fashion designer no matter where you are.
Right.
You can do what you want to do. And these days, you can do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to be at a certain location anymore like it was 40 years ago.
Sure. Very good.
And it was through the Lee Jeans. Then I also went back to Penn Valley as a teacher. First, I was a student at Penn Valley. Look at that. First, I was a student at Penn Valley. Then I come back as a teacher. How did that happen? I always kept in touch and good contact with my teachers and mentors and people. And that's how I found out about that job. So I was working at Penn Valley. And then from that point, I get a call. They needed someone at Manual Career Education Center for somebody to come and teach the fashion department there. The teacher who was there, she retired and moved, and the spot was open. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is high school. Teaching high school is way different than teaching college.
Yes.
Teaching college, you just teach your craft. You don't have to worry. Teaching high school,
Yes.
We teach the students about the craft, but we also have to teach them about life too.
Yep.
So it's different. So I took that job and I was glad I did. It was very rewarding. It was hard, as you know, Chris, but it was very rewarding. And that's how I ended up back in the Kansas City, Missouri school district, 40 years later, or maybe yet later, teaching.
Very cool.
First I was a student, then became a teacher, and retired from the district. Oh my goodness, Chris, you're kind of getting me a little emotional here.
No, it's a big story. I'm so glad that we got a chance to do this and that it'll go down historically as you telling this version of your story and people hearing it. So it's fantastic. I love to hear all the interconnections and the chance taking and the real true story of what it took to get there, not the cookie cutter version or the sugar coated one. I think
that's right. Mm-hmm.
What young people need to know, it takes that, right? And
absolutely blood, sweat, and tears. And one more thing that happened to me. When I got ready to leave Kansas City to go to New York, we had a big going away party. Okay? Big, gigantic going away party. I'm not going to name where we were living at the time, but where we were living at the time, there was a window and there was a screen. Okay. So that night, I closed the blinds and everything like that, but the window was still open. So my daughter, who just started learning how to walk, goes behind the couch. I'm on the phone saying goodbye to some of my friends. All of a sudden, I hear this crying. So my daughter fell out the window.
Oh my gosh.
She fell out the window. So I ran outside. It was one of those apartments where when you in the front you walk in, you're on that level, but in the back you were upper level. So she fell one story. So I go out and I pick her up and I come back in. Now, mind you, I don't have a car because I sold my car to go to New York. I call my mom. I can't even speak.
Wow.
Thank you, Lord. That's why I say there's a God. Thank you, Lord. She broke her ankle, and that was it. She still, right now, I could be talking to you guys right now. I could be a mother who lost a child at 2 years old. But instead, I don't know how it happened. When she pressed against the screen popped out, because in that apartment complex, that was a defect. The screen popped out and she fell.
Yeah, that's scary.
She didn't bust her head. She didn't break her neck. She ain't paralyzed. Thank you, Lord. She broke her ankle. I took her to Children's Mercy. And then now she got her ankle bandaged up. Now I'm crying my eyes out, saying to my mom, I can't go to New York. I can't be a designer. I can't do none of that. My child's leg, her ankle is broke.
Yeah.
My mom was like, here, take your stuff. Here, take that. You going to New York. Your dad lives there. You got a place to stay. You going. Go ahead. Go. And so there we are, getting on the plane, and I'm holding my daughter with a cast on her leg, and we go to New York. So yes, thank you, Lord, that nothing happened to her. And her name is Monique Sheree. You see her on Facebook. She's doing music, media, and that's her ministry. Oh my God.
Very cool. Well, thank you for.
I didn't expect to talk about that, Chris.
No, I could sort of tell, and we'll just say that life is precious. That's the summary of that story,
that's
right?
Right. And you never know. You look at somebody who's doing stuff. You never know what they had to go through to get where they had to go, to get where they are. What's happening behind the scenes? All that glitters not gold, but. Right. Yeah, so I'm just thankful that she's alive and
So bring us up to now, and then the last thing you could do is kind of utilize what you just told us to think about some advice for some young people, because I think what you were just saying definitely could come through in some advice for some young people.
Absolutely. So now I retired from the school district, and I'm loving retirement, and it gives me a chance to be an entrepreneur, a full-time fashion designer, not a fashion designer on the side. Not a side hustle, not getting money under the table, but full-time, legitimate fashion designer, entrepreneur. I design clothes, and right now I have an academy of pattern making and design. It's an online video membership subscription. If you guys want to find out more about me, you can always go to House of Pamela Renee. That's RENEE, House of Pamela Renee, or Pamela Lucas. Look me up on Facebook. You can find out more information. I have some interest. And the funny thing is this, Now that I have that business, I have a business location. I have some students, Chris, who were in my class at Paseo.
Yeah.
Come and help me sew.
Yeah, that's
Come and do things. We work on projects together.
That's great.
That just brings everything full circle. So like I said, if you want to find out more about me, it's House of Pamela Renee, or you can just look me up, Pamela Lucas. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, all those types of things. I have a Fashion Friday segment that I do every Friday, a live segment about fashion, and I interview people and things like that. Yeah. But life is hard and life is precious, people, young people.
Fantastic. All right, so we're going to follow up on House of Pamela Renee. People out there, take a look, support. But let's do that final question. What do you think you heard back then, or what do you think young people need to hear today that really kind of helped you along your path?
Well, okay, let me give you an example. When I was getting ready to leave Kansas City to go to New York, I was in this group called NAFAD, National Fashion Accessory Designers. And they gave me $100 back then. That was a lot. And that was, they believed in me. They helped me to believe in myself that it's okay. Don't be scared. Don't just stay where you are because you're afraid to do something. Don't just say, oh no, I cannot do it. Do it. If you do it and you fail, you get up, you try it again. Don't and explore this is a big, 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 big world. And you got one life. And so you want to live it to the best of your ability. But one thing I will say is make sure you're kind to people. Don't be a mean bitch. Just be kind to people and love people. So, and then you go further in life, because when you help people, then people help you. But if you stingy and don't want to help anybody and you take them from people, then people ain't gonna gravitate towards you. So you kind of want to keep those have a lot of joy and love and peace and kindness in your heart, and go after your dreams, and don't let anybody tell you you cannot do it, and don't hang around people who are not doing positive things. So that group that you have that was doing all the crazy bad stuff, smoking, drinking, they go to the group that, go to the squares. Go to the people who are doing things and positive things in your life. If you ask somebody, what do you see yourself 5 years from now? They should be able to tell you what you got to have some goals. What are your goals? So that's advice I would give, be kind to people, have some goals in your life, and that, that type of stuff. Do what you want to do. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't say you cannot.
That's fantastic. All right. You heard it here, Kansas City. And what I would say is, if you go down this path like Pamela Lucas here, you may stay younger, you may stay rejuvenated, you may, even appear younger, right? Like, yes. I can see that the arts is a place of renewal for you. And yes. I love that. So don't forget, young people, that finding and following your passion is a good way to stay young and stay vibrant and alive. So, Ms. Lucas, thank you so much for rewinding and revisiting your path. This has been another fantastic episode of Life After. I'm Chris Odom. Thank you, Kansas City. Thank you to our guest, Ms. Pamela Lucas. Check her out on the House of Pamela Renee, or look her up on just Google and Pamela Lucas.
And my logo is the House of Pamela Renee, where fashion meets education.
Very nice. All right, we're signing off. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
We're happy to have you visit our family here at Northeast Middle School. My name is Principal Schriever, and I am the principal here at Northeast Middle School. We serve students in the 7th and 8th grade in the historic Northeast neighborhood in Kansas City.
Welcome to Northeast Middle, the home of the mighty Titans.
Welcome to Northeast Middle. Transitioning to middle school is exciting, but it can also be scary. But that's what we're here for. I teach student success skills, a class where students get in touch with their emotions and learn how to stay on task in their courses.
Hello, my name is Mirna Naya. I am the parent liaison at Northeast Middle School. I communicate with parents, legal guardians regarding school information, events, school advisory committee, and more. I love interacting with students' families every day.
Hello and welcome. My name is Christine Dismay, and I teach geography and economics here at Northeast Middle School. We have a safe and nurturing environment in our classrooms. Your student will enjoy learning here.
Hi, I'm Laura Culp. I'm an 8th grade math teacher. Welcome to 8th grade. We offer advanced courses in all core subjects. Learning here is fun and rigorous because we care about our students and their academic experience. Northeast Middle School students are successful and prepared for high school.
AVID, which stands for Advancement via Individual Determination, is a college and career readiness program. Students develop the skills they need to be successful in college starting in middle school. Most students continue their AVID course throughout high school with the same group of peers.
Hi, I'm Mr. Fleming, and I teach PE and health at Northeast Middle School, and we have a wide range of electives including choir, band, orchestra, visual arts, creative writing, and much more.
Hello, my name is Kenneth Moore, and I teach 7th, 8th grade choir. Our goal is to ensure our students get the very best academic opportunities. Our students maintain a well-rounded experience.
Northeast Middle School is truly a diverse environment. We have scholars from all over the world, and we have as many as 30 languages spoken in our building at any given time. To celebrate the diversity in our building, we host an international festival so our scholars can get a true taste of the world.
Hi, I'm Ben Jonte. I'm the art teacher at Northeast Middle School. Project Lead the Way, one of our electives, provides our students with hands-on, real-world learning. This will give them experience in growing industries like computer science, design, and robotics.
Hello, I'm Ms. Shepard, and I'm the athletic director here at Northeast Middle School. Here at Northeast Middle School, we offer a variety of sports for boys and girls, including basketball, track and field, soccer, wrestling, swimming, cross country, flag football, cheerleading, and volleyball.
Thank you for taking the time to visit with us today here at Northeast Middle School. To learn more about our campus or to request a personal tour, please call 816-418-3400. We look forward to sharing with you more of the exciting things occurring at Northeast Middle School.
I chose manual because it's challenging and fun and it can help me with college.
I chose manual because I wanted to get a jump start in my career with culinary arts.
I chose manual to acquire skills I'd use in real life.
I chose manual because I want to be an ER doctor and be an EMT is my first step.
Kickstart your future today at Manual Career and Technical Center. Manual is open for all 11th and 12th grade students in both Kansas and Missouri. Learn more today at enrollkc.org/manual or call 816-418-5200.
The desire to create lives within each of us. From Grammy-winning producers and musicians, to NBA stars, to Navy admirals and Medal of Honor recipients, to internationally renowned artists, and beloved local muralists, Paseo graduates have been creating their own success, their own history, their own legacy since 1926. Now it's your time. Create your future at Paseo Academy of Fine and Performing Arts. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Paseo.
I love Southeast because of the culture, the band program, and restorative justice.
I love Southeast because of the academics, sports, and students.
I love Southeast because of the people, the energy, and the advanced classes.
It's not alike. I love Southeast because the students here at Southeast are full of potential and they believe in achieving anything.
We are Southeast. Southeast. We stand shoulder to shoulder.
Join the Southeast family. Enroll today.
Lincoln Middle.
At Lincoln Middle School, students discover their talents and passions, where teachers plant the seeds of lifelong learning.
I am Lincoln Middle.
Where excellence is nurtured. Students develop the skills to be successful in school, career, and beyond.
Je suis Lincoln Middle.
Lincoln Middle is the public school where your child will thrive and grow. Open a world of possibilities. Apply today. Learn more at enrollkc.org/Lincoln Middle.